Hey YouTube, this week's topic is hate within the trans community. This is an important topic and it shouldn't be taken lightly. There's a lot of people in the trans community, whether you're trans man, trans woman, non-binary, genderqueer, blah blah blah. There's a lot of different opinions, a lot of different ways people want to be referred to, a lot of different pronouns. Everything is different on a case-by-case business. No one or no trans person has the same experience as the next one. Everything is unique, everything is different, and that does not make you better or any less of another trans person. People do things at their own speed, at their own pace, in their own comfort zone, and that's what makes the trans community beautiful, is that we're all going through very similar situations, yet at the same time we are so diverse and we can bring so much to the table. Trans community is an amazing thing. Sadly, there is a lot of hate within the trans community. I've not experienced any of this hate. Straightforward. I usually remain neutral, like Switzerland, on the internet, and I don't really get into arguments because I don't believe in fighting over the internet. I have no time for that. I think it's naive and dumb. But I have seen it online, and I've seen others attacking trans people for their pronouns, for their use of certain words that may trigger others. I've seen a lot of arguments online because people have radical opinions and they decide to attack others over those radical opinions. I remember specifically that one of my close friends went to this conference down in Georgia. It's called the Southern Comfort Conference. It's in Atlanta. I know up here there's the Philly Trans Health Conference by New York, but down there that's what they all go to. Apparently last year there was a this meeting with all the trans men, and there was like this little it was like a dispute between gay trans men and straight trans men, whether or not they wanted to flaunt their transness, and there were other people that were stealth and there for the conference, and they were bickering with people that were just really expressive, and they were like, well, we should all embrace the fact we're trans and tell everyone we're trans, and then others were like, no, we just want to blend in, and there was a whole big little bicker argument thing going on because of radical opinions and all that, and it turned from something was a positive lecture into kind of like a little bit of a bickering argument, which was unnecessary. So stuff like that happens. Not as much in person, because not a lot of trans people meet up in person other than the Philly Trans Health conferences and conferences, support groups, but you don't necessarily see a bunch of trans people talking about their ideas in person unless it's in a major metropolitan area or something specific is going on. It doesn't just happen every day. I think what we could do to try to prevent these issues from happening is to think about what we're gonna say before we say it. We should totally go back Barney style and, kind of use the whole, if you don't have anything nice to say, just don't say it at all. I've seen a lot of things online with trans people saying things that I absolutely do not agree with, because I just don't, but I just bite my tongue about it because, they're going on about their daily business, so am I. We shouldn't attack each other, because in the end, if we just kind of join together and listen to what we have to say, we can bring a lot to the table with the trans community, because there's so many different ideas and diverse things going on. It's pretty phenomenal. Just think about that person and what they're going through. You have no idea what somebody else is going through, ever, unless you've walked a mile in their shoes. So there's really no point in hating on others, even if you don't necessarily agree with their ideas. Bet you if you go on Tumblr right now and you type in hate within the trans community or something negative, there's going to be a lot of stuff. There's going to be a lot of people arguing, and some people feel like their safe spaces on the internet have been threatened. And recently, it has been. It's really sad, because when I first came out as trans, and when I was coming out as trans, I felt like Tumblr was just a safer environment for people to express how they were feeling and how they were doing, and they would talk about, transitioning and surgery and all this stuff. And now, I feel like people's ideas and opinions are constantly being attacked, and others are being judged, and it's pretty sad. It's a little bit of a bummer. We could definitely stop it by just thinking before we speak and criticizing others in a productive manner. There's nothing wrong with having an opinion different from another person that's expressing an idea, but if we want to maybe give them our opinion, we can do it in a constructive, mature manner that physically won't offend or hurt them.